Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Mario, aka Mr. Stepdaddy, and I wanted to take some time out to communicate to y'all how dedicated I am to moving to the Philippines. Right now, I have a deal in the works that would allow me to go ahead and semi-retire now and move to the Philippines. But if that deal falls through, then I'm going to elect to be homeless for 1 year. I was born and raised in Nashville, Tennessee, and I'm proud of that. The city has changed so much since I left. I've been living in Lexington, Kentucky for about 11 years. Well, maybe about 9 years I lived in Lexington. I bought a house in Richmond, Kentucky about 3 years ago. So, it's been nice so far. I have grown quite a bit. I used to go out. Used to like to go out to bars and clubs and stuff like that. But since I've been here, I've chilled out. I don't do any of that stuff anymore. It's not. I don't know if it's because I don't feel like there's really anything here like that for people my age or people like me, or if I just grew up and I done got old. All these grays I got now, I don't know if it's wisdom, I don't know what it is, but either way, it doesn't matter. I don't do that type stuff really anymore. It doesn't interest me. I've been a truck driver for 23 years. I never in my life imagined I would be doing anything that long. I don't think I even thought I would get past 21, but here I am, 46. To touch on why I want to leave America or move out of America, I don't think I really have to go into that. I think we all know. I think, with everybody I've talked to, all of our reasons have seemed to be similar. This hamster wheel over here, this matrix, it has even, for me, it has even gotten to a point to where it's becoming hard to even communicate to people. Since I've been doing YouTube and stuff like that, I've gotten into using AI. And I find myself having to talk to people the same way that I have to talk to AI. And it just irritates me. It just lights me up. Another thing that lights me up, I feel like I have a connection with Filipino people. I feel like we have a lot in common. When I was growing up, my mother was on drugs, unfortunately. So we had to go without a lot of times. There was a lot of times we didn't have food. There was a long extended period of time where we didn't have electricity or water. We certainly didn't have cable. If we had a TV, it was a black and white TV. And this was in the 90s, in the late 80s and 90s. We was still watching black and white TV. So when it comes to the struggle, that's why I feel like me and the Filipino people, we have a connection, because I'm very familiar with that struggle. I know what it feels like. And because of that connection, it irritates me to no end. And I don't even think it's just with, because of my connection with the Filipino people. I think it's with anybody from, in the world. When people try to make fun of other people's English, that irritates me to no end. I mean, because here we are, we think we're just better than everybody else. We think that everybody else is beneath us and all of that. And when we're not, if anything, we are the dumbest people on the planet from what I can tell. Because if we had any kind of sense, instead of making fun of them, we would just teach them. We would teach them, not make fun of them. Like, what kind of stuff is that? But I just seem to have a connection with people around the world more than I connect to people in my own country, more than the people that I grew up around. So I've decided it's time to go international. It's just that plain and simple. I will live in my truck for 1 year. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm nervous. I'm scared. But thanks to Sunshine Shoulders, he put it out in the universe on YouTube. I have to. There's no turning back. There's no reneging. I have to do it. Although I'm pretty determined anyway, but him putting it on YouTube, that just took it to another level. So, I have to. If the deal falls through, then I'm going to sleep in the parking lot. I'm gonna be sleeping in parking lots in my truck. But that's just how bad I want to get out of here. Like, I gotta get out of here. It's just not for me. The Philippines, it just grabs a hold to you. The warm people, the climate, the environment, the food, the culture, the friendships. I mean, everything about it. I mean, it's the total opposite of what it is here, and it's everything I've been looking for. Yeah, here in the United States, we have nice things and we have all this extra stuff and surplus, and we have opportunities. And don't get me wrong, I am absolutely grateful for those opportunities. But this society has failed me in the ways that I value the most. The material stuff, I mean, it don't really mean that much to me. Being a perfectionist, that doesn't mean much to me. What matters most to me is camaraderie, friendship, family. And unfortunately here, I have none of that. Seriously. And it's not from a lack of trying. And as far as me being, choosing to be homeless for a year, if it comes down to it, it's not my first time. This will be the third time I've been homeless. I've been homeless twice already, and I've bounced back stronger each time. And I have no reason to believe or disbelieve that it wouldn't happen again, except this time when I bounce back, it's going to be in the ways that matters the most. Family, camaraderie, friendship, all of that. Those are the things that matter the most to me. And when I bounce back from being homeless this time, I'm going to gain that. I'm going to sacrifice 1 year for 25 years of happiness. And there's nothing going to stop me. I'm sure there's going to be some people be like, hey, come sleep on my couch. And I'm going to say no. Unless my truck breaks down and I have to put it in the shop. And then even then I still may not. I'll just get an extended stay hotel or something and use Uber to get back and forth to work. But either way, it's happening. It's happening. I don't feel like I have a choice but to make this happen. And I'm not going to let anything or anybody deter me. It's just going to happen. I'm going to do it. I'm excited and nervous at the same time. It's simultaneously, my nerves are just like, wow, I can't believe I'm going to do this. But at the same time, it has to be done. It just has to be. I know I'm sounding redundant, but I'm also beating it in my own head that it has to be done. There's no other choice. I also feel like that what I'm doing right now and the direction I'm heading, it's what I'm supposed to be doing. All of it, I don't think in any point in my life have I ever felt like I was doing something right, or that I was heading in the right direction. It was always a wait and see, or I skate uphill and just work hard to get there or accomplish whatever I'm trying to achieve. But with this, everything has just been lining up. Everything's been lining up. Even though there's still some things that right now in this process that's still up in the air, and I won't know until maybe next week, but everything else has been lining up. I mean, it's been crazy. Even the things that I was trying to force it, and those things fell through. But then something else came up, and it was like some of the things that, price-wise, that I've been having to do to get taken care of. if I tried to force it, something else would come along that was half the price because they just as hungry as I am. So they slash their price because they need to work. So everything just seems to be trending in the way that I need it to. I'm still having to do the work, but it's trending in the right direction. When I was homeless before, the first time I was, fresh out of high school, it also ties into why I feel like I'm doing. I really feel like what I'm doing now was supposed to have happened a long time ago. I almost went into the Navy, but my grandmother talked me out of it. And there was also some other reasons I was like, yeah, I better stay close. I felt like I needed to stay close because it was one thing to be down the street and another to be halfway around the world. So I felt like I needed to stay close, so I did. But the first time I was homeless, I was living with some friends, but it was their house. And they eventually kicked me out. So I was homeless and I wasn't going back home. Once I set my mind to something, I stick to it. And that was one thing I stuck to. I did not go back home. And then, I just kept working and working and working. Then I got my first apartment. No. Let me back up. I kept that mindset that I wasn't going to go home for a while, for like a year or something like that. Somewhere around that was maybe 10 months to a year. And then I went back home. I kind of didn't have a choice. And I got a job and I was working at Arby's on West End Avenue, downtown Nashville. I don't even think it's there anymore. But I used to work at Arby's on West End, and I ended up buying me a car. And then things got so bad at home that I left, and I was homeless again. And at that time, I had a 92 Chevy Corsica. It was a red car. It was a red Chevy Corsica. And I lived in that car for about 6 months until I got my first apartment. And my first apartment was at 380 Hardin Street off of Knonesville Road in Nashville. And I stayed out there for a few years, but those were the 2 times I was homeless. But I've also had to start over in life, because of other situations, which is cool. It was character development, and I honestly feel like it was preparation for what I'm about to do right now. So it's all good. I'm ready. I am mentally and emotionally prepared for what I'm about to do, and I'm also ready for the life I'm going to have once I reach my goal. So don't feel sorry for me, because trust me, I am not hurting financially. I'm not falling down on hard times. I have money. I have a means to survive here and survive well here in America, but I'd rather not. And I have to do what I have to do to sustain myself for long term outside of the country. And if all it's going to take is for me to work 1 year and be homeless for 1 year, to not have any bills outside of gas, I have YouTube TV, so I'm gonna keep that on my phone. One perk of living in my truck, I'm gonna have a pretty good sound system in my truck. I have the best movie theater in a vehicle that you've ever seen, so I'm cool with that. But outside of that and gas, I don't want any bills. So I'm gonna throw everything in the bank for 1 year, and that 1 year is going to give me 25 years of happiness. With all that being said, if there's something that you want to accomplish, how dedicated are you? How far are you willing to go to achieve that goal? Are you willing to be homeless? Because I am. Man, I'm hungry. I'm chomping at the bit. The dogs are growling. I just wanted to let y'all know I'm good. Change is coming. I'm dedicated. I'm motivated. I'm everything that a person needs to be to get where they want to be, and you're going to see all of it. If I have to end up becoming homeless, if I have to choose homelessness, then I'm going to document it. I may not post every day or upload every day, but at least once or twice a week, because it's going to be hectic. It's going to be hectic. And I also have to thank Sunshine Shoulders, because whenever I hit a rough patch, I'm gonna go back and look at that video, and I'm gonna remind myself I can't quit. I can't quit. I got to keep going. It's gonna motivate me even more. It's gonna keep me motivated. But y'all take care. Thank you for listening. Please like and subscribe. Share this video with your friends if they want to see courage in motion. But until next time, peace and love.